A to D, as I said, what to Dubai?
Okay.
How did you get here?
So it has just been the grace of God, because I least expected whatever that is happening to me today. Because from my background, no, I never dreamt of.
What was the background?
I'm not from a good background. Like, no, I wouldn't say that poor, but then I wouldn't not that bad, but it's a bit bad. Yeah.
Did you grow up in Accra?
No, I never grew up in Accra. I was raised up in the village, Asasawa.
When did you come on social media?
Okay, that was the early days of social media. I started because, yes, I started. Yeah. And
it was just photographs, wasn't it? And they became very popular. Why do you think it had such a big impact on people?
Okay, so I started with pictures. I captured scenes, reality, things that happen in daily lives. And that is what people were relating to the pictures I post. And that is how come I gained that kind of recognitions.
Now, social media, when you talk about, you know, coming from a place of depression and using it to inspire people, it's now widely known as such a negative space, and a lot of people make comments that are really hurtful. And some think it's a very intolerant space for especially minority opinions. How do you navigate those things?
Well, I would say that for me personally, because of what I have seen others go through, and I have seen the impact that they, you know, give into people's lives, irrespective of the negativity. I have had people actually be very, very negative towards me.
What's the one that it's worse? What's the worst you've had so far?
That was when somebody didn't know my mom and insulted me that based on, it was even somebody's post that I posted, but the person thought the story was from me personally and used my mom to insult me. Now, I went into the DM because I was really upset that day. So I was giving it to him, he was giving it to me. Then, you know, he mentioned Cape Coast, and I said, I'm also from Cape Coast. Only to realize that my mom had even helped him at one point in time. My late mom was someone who was very, very giving. Those who remember Auntie Comfort Yanka of UCC Hospital, that was my mother. And she was giving. Like, my mom did more than even I do. So, irrespective of the negativity, some people are negative because of what they are going through. I have been there before. During when I started with social media, sometimes I could get very, very negative. I could see somebody read a comment and then give it to the person. Maybe not insult, but then really blast the person. But then it was when I came out of that space that I was in that I realized that whatever I say would have an impact on that person. So even if I don't agree with what they are saying, it doesn't mean that I should go all out and then say whatever it is that I want to say. And I haven't said this on any platform. I haven't posted it before. But the one person that I really respect is the journalist Manasseh Azuri, because he's one of the most vilified journalists in Ghana. But then he would still do whatever it is that he has to do. So, because sometimes I would read the comments under his post, and you cry. But then he will still post. He will still have fun. He will still smile. And then he's tagging Abdul, his movement. He's doing this and all that. So he's one of my mentors when it comes to people who handle social space positively. Because one thing is that when you look at the negativity and you become negative, you will end up inspiring people who are inspired by you to also be negative. So always be positive. Always give out what you have. And then when it touches the people's hearts, they themselves will learn to also be positive.
Abena, there's, you know, climate change, global warming, economic downturns, lots of topics you could have gone into, environmental sustainability. Why relationships?
Okay. Now, quick question. Whenever there is a disaster in Ghana, okay, NADMO works, and then that's what it's supposed to do. But then who are the people who normally rally behind the people who are displaced? They are those that have a sort of a relationship with these people. whenever we talk about relationship, people think that it has to do with the lovey things. We have relationships with our parents, with our siblings, with our neighbors, with people from the same town, people from the same country. Okay, so I am not just bringing out relationship stories, but then I am helping people to relate with each other in a space that is safe for them, so that they can come out of whatever issues that they are facing, get the needed answers that they need. Because it could be somebody's story that I'm posting, but then the answers are actually helping me, because I could be facing the same issue that the person is facing. When I started having issues with my marriage, I was posting stories for people, and the comments helped me get out of the rut that I was sinking into. It's through.
So you got out?
Yeah.
Of the marriage?
Yeah. By God's grace. Amen. And then also, one thing too, the beautiful thing about it is that whenever I post that, let's say, give somebody lunch, Nana T also does that and would also attest to that. Whenever we say that, okay, it could be, perhaps somebody is hungry this afternoon, so give something for lunch. Apart from the money that people give, people end up employing people from within the comments, because someone will say that, me, I don't want money for lunch, but I'm looking for a job. Somebody will see it and then say that, okay, what do you want to do?
Do you have?
Okay, so I can employ you. I can. People have gotten a place to stay through such comments, and that is how it is. It's all about the relationships.
I love the socialism that it builds. When I read posts on your page and Anati's page as well, it's hard to imagine that you get negativity, because I mean, I've been following you for a while, and I've never. Do you get negative comments? Do people vilify you for what you do?
Of course, yes.
Why?
Of course, yes. I face that almost every time.
For example, like, give us an example of how negative someone has been under your post.
Just this year, I was driving through Kwashima. Then I saw one woman who was heavily pregnant, and then she was selling in traffic.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yes. So when I saw it, the light was green, and I knew I couldn't catch up with her. So I just took the picture, posted it that if somebody stays around that place,
they should find her and let you know.
It was the comment. It got to a point I have to hide the post.
Yeah.
Got the result before I brought the post back, because it was that. It got to a point my wife was like, "Hey, chill." So my wife has been supporting me with some of this.
You have tried. Thank you.
I love it.
Keep trying. Keep trying. But they say negativity sells. Do you believe that?
It really sells. If right now you write negative things about people, you see people getting attraction. But for how long would that stay? Yes.
For you, it's all about philanthropy and asking people, highlighting people's problems.
Yes. Not
to highlight the problem, but to create a platform for them to get help.
Yes.
Why is that important to you?
Okay, so like from the beginning, I said I'm not from a very good home. There were occasions, like, I'm not from a good home. So this...
You say you're not from a good home. You see, for blogging purposes, let's set it straight.
Okay.
So you can be from an affluent home, a home that there's a bit of money. There's
there's
all
no
the luxurious, maybe the comforts, not necessarily luxury, but there are comforts. But a good home can be a strict disciplinarian home. It's a Christian home. You were raised with the right moral values. So let's put it in some bit of context before the bloggers come for us.
Okay, so from a poor background.
Okay.
Yes. So recently I helped one lady who was very brilliant. Her grades were good, but she couldn't go to school. So when she fell on me, her grades were good, and she applied to do science, and it was similar thing to mine. My grades were good. I had my first choice. Nothing happened. There was no money. So my father had to go and beg the headmaster of Manya Krobo Secondary. That was 3 weeks to time, because I was virtually crying. There was no help. My father couldn't raise the money. So the headmaster just had that sympathy on me, and then he allowed me. And lucky enough, when I got the school, it was later on that we paid the money. And then, lucky again, I was able to get a scholarship from Plan Ghana. Then again, because I was doing well in school, I had a government scholarship too as well. So I was on 2 scholarships at a goal just because I was a bit doing okay in the school. So some of these things, when I see people go through the same thing, I'm like, no, this is my story. So if I have, now I don't have the money, but I have a little bit of influence. So if people bring such issues, I can relate to them. So I just kind of give them the necessary help they need. Because it was people who gave me that that help when I needed it. And then so I also have to give it back to the people.
Giving back. I see it's a concept that cuts across both of your stories. You came from a place of depression, and then you used that as a springboard to elevate and then help others come along as well. But how has this journey shaped you yourself? Because you talk about how sometimes people's stories even end up affecting some of the decisions that you make. What can you tell us about how your life has changed since this journey began?
Okay, I'm someone. First thing is that I used to stammer a lot. Those who remember me in my teenage years, getting me to even talk in front of people was very, very difficult because I would always stammer. Even in mentioning my name, it was hell. But then social media, the media space in general, helped me open up. I was no longer timid. I no longer looked down on myself. And it has also helped me meet similar people who have gone through the sort of issues that I go through. Now, on the concept of giving, paying it forward, etc. Also, when I gave birth to my little girl, she's almost 10, I didn't have my family around me, but my neighbors rallied behind me. One of my neighbors was bathing the baby. There was one who would help me with provisions, etc. And it is this space that we have ended up creating on social media, whereby people who do not have their family around them end up getting, a social media family. People who help them, people who provide them with a place to stay. I've done that. Nana T has done that. Get them jobs. Both of us have done that. Get them shops. Fill it. Help them with their medical issues. Help school fees, etc. So family might not be able to do it. Your friends, your mates might not be able to do it. But these same people are the ones that are on social media. And they are the ones that will rally behind you, even without seeing you. A lot of the time, Nana T posts with their pictures. Me with mine, they'll tell me, Abena, please hide my face. So people end up helping people that they've never seen them before. They'll meet them on their streets and will never even know that this is the person that I helped or this is the person who helped me because their face isn't there. But they are doing it because they want to reach out. They want to help someone. Now, I am so happy that somebody impacted in my life by helping me. And I am, I have been able to create a small platform so that others can also help people who are going through what. Yeah,
what's the last number, the last you checked on your Facebook? How many followers?
It's 299,000.
299,000 on Facebook alone.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Anna, what are your numbers?
I think 157K.
157K.
Okay. We are aiming for 2 million each.
It's possible.
Yes.
It's possible. And I'll let you share your handles. I'm sure many people, follow you already. But for those who may be watching you for the first time, follow Abner Manuke Kami and follow Nanati. Follow GTV Ghana first. TV license.
Please, who's the admin?
Star 333 hash. Pay 36 pay. Copy. Pay on a subscription. Just pay the TV license. Let's pull it and then we'll go and buy rights. But as for the admin, it's a team. We'll get to admin later. When you have such a huge following, keeping it tight and actually monitoring the space to ensure that you keep true to your core values can be problematic.
Yes.
Have you found that to be the case in your situation, Nana?
Yeah.
Is it hard to monitor, keep up with people, all the comments, all the
it's not
reactions?
It's not that easy to say you can read everything.
Do you have a team that you work with?
No, at the moment, no.
So you do
But I'm
everything by yourself?
Yes, but I'm planning to get a team.
Okay.
Yes.
Because it can be heavy. And
Yes.
what kind of pressure does it put on you?
Okay.
Running
Sometimes
a page
you
with those
need
kind
to
of
read a
comments?
lot of messages. There are times you write something, no inbox, just write and let me read. And you see
They'll still inbox.
people still inbox you, write the same thing under the comment and still inbox you. So they make the job like kind of a bit heavy for you. Yeah.
How does it impact the life of your family? You post photos of your family a lot, and your wife, she looks lovely in her haircut.
Yes.
The boys there, it must happen.
Yes.
You know, there's go on Nati's feed. You get what I'm talking about. How does it impact your family life?
Okay, so my wife knows that this is what I do, but then I've partitioned whatever I do at a particular time. Yes. So I have family time and then I have the social media time.
Because you have a corporate job as well, don't you?
Yes.
So the social media influencing is not your full-time job?
No, not at all.
But have you monetized the page?
No, not yet.
So you are not getting any money from
Ghana, you are not eligible to monetize.
the Facebook page?
Yes.
Yeah, we aren't.
That's why people are getting on YouTube now.
Yes.
How's the YouTube channel coming along?
Okay, so it is not that I'm trying to start. With the Facebook you can monetize, but with the YouTube you can. So I'm now trying to start. Maybe some of these stories, when you monetize and get something, you give back to the society.
That's your plan?
Yeah, that's my plan.
Abna, what do you pass them? Have you run into any challenges since you started this?
Oh yeah, a lot.
Share with us.
I remember last year. So this marriage that I was talking about, so when I met my husband, he was already a shipping agent. It was something that he was already doing. So I referred him to a lady who was interested in bringing items from outside. Okay. And then she in turn introduced two other ladies to him. So they were doing the business together. Then I became more or less like his personal Momo vendor, because he would tell them that they should send their money through me. But it was only the lady that I was interacting with, because she would let me know that she has sent money through me to him. The other two ladies never ever spoke to me between the space of that's from December 2021 to April 2022, until they started complaining that they were receiving some items from him, but then other items had delayed in coming. And he kept on insisting that indeed the items had come. I had also set up a group that was around February, and we're also ordering items from him. The items, of the over 20,000 cedis that I ordered from him, the items that I got were not even up to 1,000 cedis. And
sorry, this is your husband?
Yeah, so that's what he did to me. So now the whole hullabaloo came out when the women wanted to arrest him. So I went to organize a program in Takoradi. I remember seeing some comments that some people said that I was running away. No, I did a live video when I was in Takoradi that we are organizing a Singles Connect here. So that was when the lady realized that was where I was. So she came and then told them that she had sent money through me. So maybe I had, spent the money or whatever it was. The money that she sent through me was 1,008. But then she sent excess of about 13,000 cedis to him. So all the money was around 15,000 cedis. But then because she caused my arrest because of him, all that they wanted was that I should produce him. They just wanted him. So I was like the collateral damage. It wasn't, they were not arresting me because I was at fault. They just wanted him, but they refused to come. So because of that, I ended up having to pay his debt to her. And he hasn't paid that money to me. Now, I reported him to DOVSU, and then he was labeled a flight risk because court will call him and he wouldn't go. So DOVSU arrested him, and now he's paying the money that he owes me. He's supposed to be paying monthly. The last time I asked, I was told that, okay, he actually told me that he will pay 500 cedis a month. I'm wondering when he'll finish paying that money. So he's supposed to take it to DOVSU. Then when the money is ready, I go for it.
Small.
Yeah. So let's say that is my personal issue that came up all over social media. People didn't really understand what it was, what was happening, because they felt I teamed up with him to dupe people. Yeah. Okay. Now, when he went to court, I was told that the judge actually got angry with the lady who took him to court because it was not fraud. He had provided items, but then it was some that he didn't provide, so he was supposed to refund. So even when I had him arrested, it wasn't labeled as fraud. It was a civil case.
Listen, when you're on television or on radio, on social media in this day, it's hard for people to separate the on-air person from the off-air person.
Yeah.
And so people may see you on the streets and they expect that you should act the same way as you acted when perhaps you're sitting with me in the studio, same way now. They forget that at the end of the day, we all go home and, take off all this and we are ourselves. How do you maintain that realness so that people actually see you, Nana, see you, Abna, and they don't see this huge influencer with 100+K, 200+K followers on social? How do you keep true to yourself, Nana?
Yeah, me, I'm always me, anywhere I find myself. So I just relate to them as me.
And so people learn to trust you because of that thing about yourself.
Exactly.
2 people have given you their cars.
Yes, 2 people. The first person gave it to me when we were pulling a wheelbarrow just for fun. Then all of a sudden she said, "Okay, Nana, I know you don't have a car. Let me dash you my car." And she did that to me. But then she moved to Kumasi. She was in Accra by then, and she moved to Kumasi. So I have to give it to her when I was going to Dubai. Then when I made a post about it, somebody just said, an officer, he doesn't want his name to be mentioned. He said he has parked his car home, so he wanted me to just go and have it and then use it till he's back to Ghana.
So there's goodies involved in this social media thing. We should all get some good numbers. But hey, I'm sure you both of you have been on our platforms before.
Yes.
And we've had a similar talk a few weeks back, a bit longer for you, Nana. Yeah. But this is really why we brought you here. Okay? So as part of this, our drive.
Yeah.
You know your people, they talk.
Yes.
So this amazing guy called Kwame posted to our admin and said, "Dear GTV admin, I want to vouch for these amazing duo. They are influential when it comes to connecting with the ordinary Ghanaian. Nana T has affected a society with good deeds and won the hearts of many Ghanaians because of his dedication, truthfulness, and commitment. A good Samaritan gave out a car for his round since he travels a lot to put smiles on faces. Another great man of God, Prophet Akwesi Agyeman Prempeh, recently sponsored a fully paid trip to Dubai. Even in Dubai, the humanitarian duty continued. He was given an iPhone and he decided to gift it to a lucky top fan. And when some of his followers reached out to him for medical assistance, especially on blood donation, and he posts, his loyal fans respond speedily to him by visiting the victim's hospital and donate blood cheerfully. This should inform you how influential he is." So Nana, this is your flowers. So people acknowledge the good work that you do. The next part will come up. Abna, this is yours. On the other hand, he said, "You have saved the abused, depressed, raised funds for major critical medical conditions of innocent citizens, gave relationship advice to the masses, just to mention a few. Oh yes, through her, most marriages have been fixed. I therefore plead you add them to Efo Manasseh Awuni and Efo Abdul Hai Mumin, Achu and Eche as TV license ambassadors. I'm paying my TV license next month. If you agree with me, kindly tag GTV Ghana and share so every Ghanaian sees this. Signed the 10th day of July 2023. So flowers for you as well, Abena. Well done to both of you for the excellent work that you continue doing. And because Manasseh is such a good friend of yours, and you also say you admire his banter with Abdulhai Mumin, we are honored. Admin has instructed me to name the two of you TV license ambassadors from until infinitum and help us on this drive. And I just want to say that it's not for nothing that you have such influential followers. And what you're doing, impacting the lives of many using social media, especially at a time when negativity and false information is so rife out there, is commendable. And we just want to encourage you to keep doing it and don't stop. So this is where I'll give you the opportunity to respond. You can't say no, though. So say it nicely.
Okay, for me, I've accepted it. And then because of the new position you guys have given me now, I'm giving you my goat's head. And it only lasts for 24 hours.
Nana, you are warned.
24 hours.
This goat almost made it to Dubai.
Yes.
Follow Nana TV and you get the story of the goat. But Akosia, so you have accepted.
Yes.
Abena.
Okay, I also accept, because honestly, without the TV license, such innovative, such positive programs cannot be aired on GTV.
Yes.
So we all have to pay our TV license. It is very, very important. And I should have noted her name. But then when one lady, I think I tagged you yesterday, when she realized
Makani.
that Makani,
Yes,
she
Makani.
decided to pay the TV license for 10 people.
Yes.
So if we could have people say that, okay, I want to pay for 5, I want to pay for 20, I want to pay for 10, then we'll end up having a whole lot of people, paying their TV license.
There's a lot that we GBC, because I'm part, we can offer, but which we cannot because we can't afford it. So all our ambassadors have a task of helping us as GBC to convince 1 million people in Ghana. There's 30.8 million of us.
Okay.
So the goal is for all of us to convince 1 million people to pay their TV license. Even if 1 million people pay 36 Ghana cedis. It means that we get more of our studios up and running. It means that we can bring back some of the programs that people love, because production is a huge capital intensive venture. It means that perhaps those who deserve a bit more will get the opportunity to get it. And maybe GBC can even go beyond and offer some of the things that other people offer because they can afford it. So that's the agenda. I just know that you're up to the task. So the two of you, I wish you well in this drive. 1 million to pay TV license fees by December. GTV Ghana admin is entreating all of us to pay. We used to say, oh, the law says you should pay, but pay it as a civic responsibility so that we can continue doing some of the things that we used to do in the past. That was so great. That worked for all of us. So I'll give both of you the opportunity to make some final comments before we rise from here. Nana, you first, then I'll give the last word to the lady.
Okay. So, first thing, love God and do unto others what you want them to do to you too. Then pay your TV license. It is very necessary. Anybody that pays it, you are rest assured that you get the goat's meat some. Not the head though, but you are going to be part of the party.
So the head is for the admin.
And use social media positively.
Yeah.
There are so much that you can gain. Even what I'm wearing now, somebody just dash it to me because he noticed I'm coming on TV, not clothing. Thank you so much. And then I'm telling you, social media is so great. It's so great. Use it wisely and positively. Thank you.
That's how you do it. Because if you have a space and you're using it positively, others want to associate with the brand, right? And so then you also get what you need out of it. Abna.
Okay, so what I have to say is that the people that we meet on social media are the people that we meet on the street. So be decorous with what you tell people on social media. I've had, just recently, there was a whole uproar, and there's somebody who had been helping people was insulted by this very same people, but they didn't know it was him. So be careful how you interact with people on social media, because they are your potential employers, potential spouses, potential partners, and also help as many people as you can, because it is in the Bible that for what you do to one person is what you do to God. Thank you. And of course, pay your TV license.
Hey. Abna Manoke Kame, ever gracious, has been here with Nana T. Both social media influencers. Follow their pages on Facebook. More importantly, follow their pages on YouTube, because they are doing some good work, and they promise that when they get any proceeds, they'll put it back into all the social causes that they've been engaged in. Use social media positively. I've been inspired by both your stories once again. Thank you for accepting to be ambassadors. Thank you to Kwame, who nominated these two to join Abdul Hai Mumin. We're still on the lookout for more TV license ambassadors. So hey, look out, you might just be the next name that we drop. This has been our breakfast show. We'll come your way again tomorrow, 5:55, bright and early, with another edition. Until then, enjoy the rest of your hump day.
Style.